Where was I? Ah, yes. We need to act, my friends, swiftly and boldly, and in accordance with the integrity of our office. You are heralds of Providence, and I, as your constant, will never flinch in the face of duty or diligence. And so I humbly ask you to follow my lead, have my back, as I will have yours. Not bad. But is the angle right? I need to think. 3 missed calls. What has he gotten into now? Mr. West, Don Yates. I'm afraid you caught me at an inopportune... Slow down, Mr. West. I can't understand a word you're... Excuse me? Oh, Mr. West, not again. What is it with you and joggers? No, that's not how it works. We never use the same strategy twice. Not even in a different state, no. We'll just have to go for a full-blown cover-up and hope for the best. Where's the body? Buried in the woods. Okay, my guy can work with that. And did anyone see you? Oh, they did. And where are said elderly bird watchers now? In your trunk. Right. Listen here, Mr. West. I am going to turn your case over to one of our junior partners, Keith McKenzie. He has the right sort of temperament for this kind of thing. I need to attend to my guests. Yes, best of luck, Mr. West. Bye-bye now. He needs help. Preposterous. A serious lapse in judgment. If Edwards proves unfit for office, steps may need to be taken. Yes.
How is your closing statement coming together?
It's almost time, my love. How do I look?
Like a prize fighter, darling. Now, don't forget you have a second speech to do. Is your welcome address ready? Our guests are getting anxious.
You know, I believe I'll wing it.
Is that so? How out of character of you?
I'm retired, remember? I don't have to wow anybody.
Okay. Who are you and what have you done with my husband?
I have to make them see that he is not infallible, that his obsession with Burnwood is a threat against us all. I only get one chance. No recesses, no settlements. Should I appeal to duty, to reason, emotion? If only I knew my audience better. A jury you at least get to pick by hand. What would Ken have done? When in doubt, always go low, is what he used to say. The heralds will want retribution for the people they lost, and Edwards is standing in the way of that. Yes! That's the ticket. Words to live by, old friend.
Mr. Yates has always stayed in the brownstone in Brooklyn. This climate never did agree with him.
Madam seems happy to have him around more. None of them are built for country life. They are fast-lane people, cosmopolitans. She was a career diplomat, ambassador to China before that incident.
She's adjusted well enough. The vineyard is a childhood home after all. But Mr. Yates, the man is like a small planet. He enters a room and kind of just sucks up all the oxygen. Then, other times, you barely notice him. The other day, I was cleaning the drawing room and suddenly he was just there, sitting in the corner like a big, fat spider. Never even heard him come in.
Stop! You're freaking me out.
I suppose it's the power. My mother worked for men like Yates, and she always said that power takes physical form. She swore that you can even smell it on their clothes.
That's just bourbon. I like him. Mr. Yates is an old-school gentleman. Ruthless to his enemies, generous to his friends. A man of his word.
Mr. Yates is a man of many words. There's a difference.
He nurture a snake at his bosom, at my bosom. A test, perhaps? Have I ever thanked you for sticking by me all these years, Mrs. Yates?
Give it a rest, darling. You can flatter me when we're dead.
Yes, ma'am. Duly noted. First the letter, the Burnwood obstruction, now the silent treatment. What are you up to, Mr. Edwards?
Don't you remember? It was a huge scandal. One of those whatever gates.
Doesn't ring a bell. So, Mrs. Yates was a career diplomat.
Oh, yes. An international superstar. She was the Argentinian ambassador to Norway, then Israel, and then China. But her office was involved in some sordid back-channel deal. Cell phone surveillance, I think, and when the story broke, Mrs. Yates was thrown under the bus. Her whole career down the drain in an instant. That's why she moved back here. Nothing else to do, what with Mr. Yates still going full steam.
Ah, it's tough. But I suppose she made her bed.
At least, she's still her husband's closest advisor. Some say she's the brain behind many of his boldest court strategies. Yes, those two are quite the power couple.
Have I thanked you for planning this party, my love? Everything looks wonderful.
Save the smalls for later, darling. It's dangerous.
Yes, ma'am. Theo, it's Don. How's the home office? Theo, how long has it been now? 4 months? You have to go outside sometime. Someone of your rare brilliance is allowed a certain degree of eccentricity, but there's a limit, Theo. The clients will start talking. Just a quick stroll on the helipad. It'll do you good. I know, but Theo, it's not like the old days anymore. Ken is gone. I'll be away. It falls on you to steer Morgan, Yates, and Cohn through this difficult transition phase and into the future. Have you at least considered anyone for senior partner? I can write you a short list. Fine. But Theo, when you do make up your mind, you have to actually speak to them, all right? You can't just slide a note under people's doors. Right, well, I gotta go, Theo. The guests have arrived. Yes, I know. Elbow bumps. You be good, Theo. Bye now. He needs help.
Here's to us, Mrs. Yates. We do make a formidable team.
Well, one episode really stands out. Miguel and I were invited to Cocasado at the wedding of Esteban Montoya, head of the Moreno cartel. Naturally, we had concerns, but Miguel and I figured, nobody kills the barbecue chef, and besides, our new line of sauces had just hit the market, and the Moreno's endorsement would be great for our Mexican rollout, so yeah, we went. Little did we know that the Delgado cartel had hired notorious Hitman Curare to strike during the wedding dinner. That is, not until Miguel found the severed head of Montoya's nephew roasting in the center of the asado pit. Apparently, the killer had snuck in disguise as one of the kitchen aides. We must have passed by him several times, never knowing how close we came to certain death. Hi! Yeah, we are truly blessed.
That is so inspiring. Maybe it's time I created that interior decorating blog. When you're passionate about something, who knows where it might lead?
You're too kind. But now I really have to go. My brother must be getting impatient. Not that he's the boss of me or anything.
Oh, come on. Stay a bit. What's it like to be famous for doing something you really love?
Well, I can tell you about the strangest private gig we ever attended. It took place on a remote island somewhere in the Arctic Sea. But we have no clue where, because the host insisted that we wore blindfolds, not only for the helicopter ride out, but throughout the entire evening. Imagine cooking barbecue in total darkness. It's a good thing we're pros. I never knew what the party was about. We wore noise-canceling headphones too, and even then, we had to sign a solid brick of NDA. I can only assume it was some world domination thing. Yes. The life of a celebrity chef is never dull.
Incredible. My sister is a cicada mercenary, and even her stories pale in comparison to yours.
Great to hear. Now, if you'll excuse me.
No. Don't go yet. Give us some highlights from your career.
Well, there was the time we invited VIP guests to cook with us on the show. Seasons 9 and 10, I think it was. We had Jordan Cross, who was a vegan and insisted on grilling eggplants. We had Craig Black, author of the Cassandra Snow novels. And then, of course, my brother thought it would be a good idea to invite Viktor Novikov. You know, the Russian fashion mogul who died during one of his Paris shows a while back. Actually, come to think of it, most of our guests are dead now. Anyway, Novikov, who managed to utterly scorch his chorizo, threw a tantrum in front of rolling cameras and kicked over the parrilla, sending chicken breasts and tenderloins flying in all directions. Then we spent 6 months in a legal battle for the show tapes because Viktor Novikov was completely without a sense of humor and couldn't stand to lose face. In the end, we settled and got ourselves a brand partnership with Sanguine. Yes, life has been good to the Yosa brothers.
Amazing. I can't wait to tell my dad we met. He'll be so excited. He's your biggest fan. He bought the apron and the special anniversary barbecue sauce and everything.
Thank you. Well, it was lovely talking to you both, but I have a job to do.
Those are the wrong napkins. I said petroleum, not meat.
All right.
I'm saying no other law firm has this kind of...
Hello, sir.
From all over the world know that Morgan Yates and Cohen are a bunch of soulless assholes.
Senor Yates, this is Miguel Yosa, your chef for the evening. I am pleased to inform you that the asado fire pit has been lit and dinner is served.
Impress me, Aaron.
The Hitman Hotel, Bangkok. Renowned rock star Jordan Cross.
This is he. Thank you. Me and my wife shall be right down.
Compared to some of the other power players at the party, a political advisor, why would Mr. Yates waste his time on a bunch of low-level bureaucrats? Even if they all wear the same weird thing.
Christ, you're a busybody. If Mr. Yates, your employer and one of the world's most powerful attorneys, feels like inviting a group of employees to a small get-together in his wine cellar during his own retirement party, what's this to you?
Right. I forgot. You're from the city. You're only dying to know on the inside.
The Rutherfords. Long time no see.
Let's rejoin the fun. Fine by me.
Excuse me, if I can have everyone's attention, please. So, here is a question. What did Milton Friedman, Ayn Rand, and Ronald Reagan all have to say about retirement? As far as I am aware,
You look well,
not a
sir.
damn thing. Retirement is hardly the most exciting of life stages, but it is the most terrifying. Why? Because the proverbial golf course is the last stop before the morgue? Why no? If anything, we are larger in death. Death holds no fear for the great, the accomplished. No, my friends, the thing that scares me is not the death of Don Yates, but the death of Don Yates, attorney at law. The disintegration of the professional self. Retirement is an existential void, and that is why I am retiring. It is the final frontier, the ultimate rite of passage. It is an abyss into which I must gaze.
Yes. Already?
Luckily, thanks to my beautiful wife, Valentina, I am a man with a hobby, and I intend to make the most of it. So drink my wine, eat and rejoice in the knowledge that no matter how high you ascend, how much you accomplish, the greatest fight is yet ahead.
Sir.
Thank you all, and welcome. Ah, yes. On behalf of our asado chefs, the wonderful Yosa brothers, I am delighted to tell you that dinner is served. Bon appetit! Ah, Raul. Delighted you could make it. Valentina, I don't believe you have met Raul Salazar, special advisor to the Pope, longtime client.
Ah, yes. It was you who kept my husband up all night for the better part of a year.
Yes, a most unfortunate matter. Some believe it would have been 1054 all over again. We were most pleased with the services of your firm.
Oh, I really cannot take credit. It was Ken who led the defense team.
Ah, yes, Mr. Morgan. I was saddened to hear the news about his passing.
It was a terrible loss to myself and the firm. Ken truly was a giant.
Don and I adopted his dog, Pickles. Charming little creature. We brought him down here. Thought the country air would do him some good. Unfortunately, he was run over by a grape picker.
Yes. Apparently, you can bring the dog out of the city, but you can't bring the city out of the dog.
I see. So, with you retiring, Morgan, Yates, and Cohn are down to one founding partner who, if rumors are true, has not left his office for months? Should I be worried, Mr. Yates?
Far from it. We have over 40 partners vested, cream of the crop. Rest assured that you are in the best of hands. Now, if you'll excuse us, Raul, enjoy the party.
So, what's your take on these ICA? Hell of a thing.
I'll say. As if we haven't had enough market turmoil this year.
It's just disgraceful how an agency like the ICA could exist and thrive for so long without the public's knowledge.
Boggles the mind.
That it does. That it does.
And keep it real.
Yes?
Well, just for the sake of argument, say one had an urgent problem and one found oneself without one's usual, how should I put it?
Service provider?
Precisely. Well, what I'm getting at is all those shady drug lords and foreigners and whatnot who find themselves in need of a new such provider. I was just wondering how they might go about that.
Hypothetically. Younger every time.
Of course.
Right. Well, I'm clearly not the right sort of person to ask.
Of course not. Just making conversation.
I love a man in
Certainly
uniform.
wouldn't be in the possession of a phone number to one such individual.
Surely not.
And even if I were, I certainly wouldn't be inclined to pass it on.
Well, no. That would be wildly unethical.
Right. So, good talk. Food for thought. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need a shot in the arm. Ask for Stone. Good man. Reliable. And
Finger licking good.
don't mention the nose.
The Yosa brothers do not disappoint.
I'm saying no other law firm has this kind of brand penetration.
So, people all over the world know that Morgan, Yates, and Cohn are a bunch of soulless assholes. Good for you.
No, not good. Great. 94% of my cases never go to trial. Why? Because the moment
Mr.
the other
Reinhardt,
side hears the
so
name
glad
of
you could
Morgan,
make it.
Yates, and Cohn, they know shit's about to get ugly. They know they're entering a Category 5 shit hurricane, and they can either settle or get neck deep in that chunky brown water.
And here I was so looking forward to the buffet.
The Chelsea Whitmore trial gave us some notoriety. Ken the Brick Morgan's affluenza defense is the stuff of legends. But really, it was the documentary about Van Orton tobacco that made us a household name. Van Orton sponsored a well drilling project in sub-Saharan Africa, only to spike the groundwater with nicotine to boost their customer base. And my friend and mentor, Don Cojones Yates, got them off on a technicality. Oh, it was beautiful.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. If you'll excuse me.
Something I said?
Chancellor, don't you look marvelous?
Ah, Burnwood, huh? Don Yates. Pleased to meet you. You come very highly recommended. As Chief of the Heralds, let me be the first to say welcome aboard.
Why, thank you, Mr. Yates. Rest assured that I will be following your every lead. Very closely.
Say, that reminds me. We're about to have a little herald get-together up at the house. Just a modest toast to celebrate my forthcoming inauguration as Constant. You are, of course, most welcome to join us. I believe you shall make a fine herald once the training wheels are off.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Capital. Right this way, into the lion's den. Oh, almost forgot. Cortazar, please nip down to the wine cellar and tell Mr. Flowers, the sommelier, to prep the 1945 Grand Paladin and bring it up to the house for our special occasion.
Got it, Chief.
A place for everything, and everything in its place.
Flowers. Mr. Yates wants the 1945 Grand Paladin brought up to the house. Special occasion.
What? But did aliens land on the front lawn? Have the ghosts of Jesus, John Lennon, and Eva Perón unexpectedly come for dinner? Help me out here. What could possibly be so special?
Above your clearance, Flowers. Just fetch it already.
Fine. What's the passcode again?
Last year of World War II. If you have to look it up, shame on you.
I'm fine, Santino. It's just the 1945 Grand Paladin. It is perfection, irreplaceable. You don't drink the 1945 Grand Paladin any more than you would write a shopping list on the Mona Lisa. Men like Don Yates know the price of everything, but the value of nothing.
I am sorry, Padron. Say, what if we exchange the labels? Served him a different wine.
Ah, you are devious, Santino. But no. If Mr. Yates wishes to destroy something beautiful, I will not stand in his way. That is between him and his creator.
How did he even get his hands on a bottle? I hear the last of the 45s were sold to Sheikh Omar Al-Ghazali for $600,000. Most expensive bottle ever sold.
Yes. A curious story. See, that bottle you refer to came from a case of 12, which were recovered from a sunken Carlisle shipping container that went down in the South China Sea during the final days of World War II. Now, of those 12, only 5 were raised intact. Al-Ghazali bought one under great media coverage, while the others simply disappeared, quietly obtained by some clandestine private collector. until one of the bottles was donated to Mr. Yates by Byron Washington, CEO of the Pax Mundus Foundation, as a reward for winning a court case. Now, Byron's twin daughters were treasure hunters, so that explains how he managed to get first pick. But you see, I was here when the bottle arrived, and the crate it arrived in bore a curious logo. Something called the Ark Society.
Intriguing. Do you know what it means?
Well, not a clue. And now, we will never know. No, you don't get attached, Santino. For all fine things in life are transient.
Sir?
Sir, I present to you the 1945 Grand Paladin.
Huh. Somehow I thought it'd be bigger. Come on, Flowers. Guests are waiting. Go on, get yourself patted down. We're still on alert from all those big shot CEOs getting offed. Do a quick pat down. Yeah, let me take a look. Just like the movies, right? Thank you for your patience, sir. So here's the deal, Flowers. The boss is having a powwow with some employees, and discretion is the name of the game. I'm sure you figured that out already, you being a scholar and all. Don't discuss, disclose, or hell, even contemplate what goes down. Just set your mind to wool-gathering mode. You think you can do that for me, Flowers?
Worry not, Mr. Cortazar. I'm the very soul of discretion.
Good man. They're already at it. Go on, place the wine on the table. I'll pour it.
Decant.
Pardon me, Your Majesty.
I have always considered the heralds the unspoken heroes of Providence. The nervous system, effectively and reliably transmitting... Ah, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Flowers, our resident sommelier. I believe he has brought us something quite special. Perhaps you will educate us, Mr. Flowers.
This is the 1945 Grand Paladin, one of only 5 bottles in existence. The vintage is legendary, the proverbial unicorn wine. The year was hot, the wine's super concentrated, and thanks to hail and frost, the production was small. Only 300 bottles were ever produced. And when the vineyard was bombed during the closing days of World War II, only a single crate survived. It is said to have amazingly complex aromas with long, savory layers of fruit and spice flavors, and a silky texture. Enjoy.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Flowers. Feel free to stick around in case our guests have questions. This wine was gifted to me by the Ark Society in acknowledgement of my firm's legal services. It stands as a powerful reminder that Providence draws its strength not from force, but from partnership. We are but a few, and yet together we are unstoppable because we stand united. My friends, loyalty is everything, which is why we cannot allow traitors into our ranks.
Ah, yes. Here it comes.
This woman has waged bloody war on us. More than a dozen heralds and operatives dead. Your colleagues and clients, my friend, Ken Morgan. Not to mention the partners themselves, our founders, our benefactors. Make no mistake, this woman's hands are soaked in blood. Our blood. And Arthur Edwards, the new supreme head of Providence, is handing her the keys to the kingdom. Now, does that seem right to you, my friends? Does that sound like loyalty?
Oh,
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely.
Perhaps Edwards simply recognizes talent when he sees it. Perhaps this is why I am also in the running to become constant. And following this childish outburst, I dare say I am in the lead. Don.
What? You're lying, of course. Which only proves my point. You cannot be trusted, Miss Burnwood. This woman will be our downfall. That is, unless we take matters into our own hands. You are heralds, sworn to protect Providence against all threats, including inside ones. I have devised a plan. Together we can make it work, but you have to decide now, my friends. Are you with me?
I'm in.
Yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
Listen to yourselves. Don Yates is not even appointed constant yet, and already he conspires to betray his master. I don't pretend to understand Edward's every move, but I do know that this man is an opportunist and unworthy of office.
Then you are a traitor to the heralds. The room is against you, Tamara. Stand down now or share her fate.
Edwards will hear about this.
I think not. I am sorry, but you brought this on yourself. Mr. Cortazar? Escort Miss Burnwood to my office. I'll join you shortly.
Right. Move it. Let's go.
I'm warning you, Yates. This will not go your way.
We need to get our stories straight. Diana Burnwood died today by the hand of her rogue Agent 47. Tamara Vidal, who saw through the assassin's disguise, was, alas, killed as well. This is what you will all attest to.
Yes.
A toast, then, in her honor. Savor the taste, because you never will again. And let me remind you, we are in this together. One goes down, we all go down. Here's to loyalty.
To loyalty.
Yes, they all back my plan. Your plan. Cortazar will dispose of Burnwood, and Corvo is staging the crime scene, with all the heralds backing my story. Edwards will have no reason for doubt. As always, I owe it all to you, my love. Looks like
Remember,
a good
Flowers,
day after all.
you never saw a thing.
Yes.
Not a damn thing.
It's Yates. Listen, I can't be absolutely sure, but I think I saw something. A man, tall, Caucasian, head-shaven, generically handsome. You know, like a mannequin? Anyway, he was dressed as staff, but he was definitely not one of mine. And when he noticed me looking at him, he got up fast and slipped into the crowd. So you might want to keep an eye out for intruders. Like I pay you to. Right. See that you do. And now they're looking for an assassin. Like they say, the devil's in the detail. Corvo, pick up your damn phone. Plan B is a go. I repeat, Plan B is a go. Start prepping the crime scene like we discussed. Remote, staged accident. Cortazar will bring the package. Get it done.
Hey, G.I. Jane. Just a second.
Took you long enough? Quick, clear the floor and get yourself a guard outfit. Yates won't be long. I was beginning to worry.
Were you?
No. Listen up, 47. Yates will be here shortly. He'll have his thug Cortazar do his dirty work, but he won't pass up on the chance for a good gloat and a monologue.
So, private space? Kill room decor?
Exactly. We won't get another shot at this. Now sit down and blend in. When I provide a distraction, you just be ready to move.
Corvo, pick up your damn phone. Plan B is a go. I repeat, Plan B is a go. Start prepping a crime scene, like we discussed. Remote, staged accident. Oh, and Corvo, make it for 2. Just improvise. Miss Burnwood.
You rolled out the red carpet just for me. Don, you shouldn't have.
So confident, even in defeat. I suppose you're not used to danger, always safe behind your screens. Just tell me one thing before we part ways.
Why me?
Why you? Why would Edwards trust you? Please. It will keep me awake at nights, and I'm 65. I get up 4 times to piss as it is.
Oh, it's simple, really. Edwards is proud. He considers himself the cleverest man alive, and yet we tricked him on Isle of Scale, and it's eating him up. He needs to win. Full, unequivocal victory. My recruitment was just the feather in his cap. By the way, you were right about one thing.
Yeah? I'm all ears.
Holy shit!
Turns out this one will be your downfall. If it's any consolation, Don.
What are
your
you doing, you
instincts are dead
asshole?
on.
Don't just stand
I will
there!
be constant.
Shoot her!
And I will make it my mission to tear down Providence brick by brick. Finish it. Well done, 47. Better get rid of the body. Won't be long before they come looking. When you're done, meet me on the dance floor. Oh, and dress appropriately.